think how I want to start us today. Let's start laying down. I've been liking that lately. Let's lay down on your back. And you can bring your feet flat to the floor and feet apart, let the knees knock together. So it's just that active or constructive rest. So constructive rest, meaning this is allowing your body to find rest. It's interesting, that idea of pain. We have, the pain. Is it perceived? Is it like, what is the signal? What signals are being sent, and how much, and how do we create that interference of that signal to bring ourselves out, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain? And I think first it's starting with that acknowledgement, like talking to my mom, she had to say, I can't manage this, I need help. And so starting with that place of, where are you? Awareness of self. Notice your body. And then begin to bring the focus more to your breath. Notice your breath. And maybe scanning through the body, seeing if you can land on an area or bring your mind to an area that feels comfortable and feels at ease. Just moving from the crown down, looking for spots on the body that feel comfort and at ease. There's multiple places that you can let your awareness rest. Notice if there's areas of the body or the mind that are calling your attention, and keep trying to bring, you're trying to get your attention to them, and instead just acknowledge, and then bring your awareness back to the places physically on your body that feel comfortable and at ease. See if you can find at least one. For me, I bring my awareness to my hands often and relax my hands, and just feeling that sense of home in my hands. A few more breaths right here, letting your awareness rest. Some area of your body that feels comfortable and at ease. Slowly starting to initiate some movement in the body, so you can separate the knees and begin to move the knees right to left or side to side, and it can be super slow. Or if you want to move quicker, it can be quicker. The knees don't even have to move at the same pace. You can lift one and then the other. Bring your hands, bring the knees back to center, and bring your hands to rest on your ribs, your bottom ribs. And then take the knees to the left again, and then bring the right knee up to meet the left. So the knees are to the left, and encourage the ribs to stay slightly to the right. And if that doesn't feel good with the placement of the knees, you can keep the legs more staggered. Bring it back to center, so you can slide the right leg back, bring the knees back up, and then let them go to the right. Keeping the ribs moving to the left, and then slide that left leg up to meet the right, maybe, or maybe staggered feels better to you right now. Bring the knees back to center, feet flat to the floor. And then just take the arms out nice and wide, palms face up, relax the shoulders. And then go ahead and stretch the left leg out long on the floor. Bring the right foot to the inner left thigh. So it's like tree. You're in tree on the ground. And then begin to flex the left foot, pressing the heel away from you. Press the back of the left thigh to the ground, backs of the shoulders on the earth. If you want to slide the arms up higher overhead, you can, or maybe bend the elbows like cactus. Keep pressing the left heel away from you, gently flexing the left foot, shoulders on the earth. From here, you'll bring the right knee up towards the ceiling and then cross it over the body for a twist. So keeping the shoulders on the floor. So another twist here, and you can hold on to the left, right leg with the left hand, or keep the arms in cactus or extended. Slowly and gently come back onto the back. Take the arms out wide, palms face up. Relax the back of the body to the ground. And then keeping the right leg straight, draw the left foot up high onto that inner right thigh. And then start to flex the right foot. Pull the toes to the ceiling, press the back of the thigh towards the ground. And if you'd like to cactus the arms or extend them, you can. Maybe you notice the areas of the body that might feel something, a sensation. And you can keep your attention there, or maybe you bring your attention back to some place that feels at ease. Maybe it's the hands again. Maybe it's the top lip, or maybe it's the navel center. You choose. From here, you'll just take that left knee up and cross it over your body, rolling onto your right hip. Keeping those shoulders at the floor. You're welcome to hold the left leg or thigh if you want. Gently come back onto the back and stretch your legs out and stretch your arms overhead. And then bring that left foot to the left and cross the right leg on top of it. And then maybe circle the right wrist with your left hand and scoop the shoulders to the left to gently open that right side of the body. So it's like a crescent moon shape is what you're going for-ish. Just like ironing out or smoothing out that whole right side. Gently release that. Wiggle the body back to center. Slide the right leg right. Cross the left leg on top. You can scoot the shoulders to the right. Maybe circle the left wrist with the right hand and open that left side. Letting the shape of the pose and gravity and your breath and some time. Just do the work to unlock that left side. Then slowly wiggle yourself back to center. Arms overhead, stretch the legs long. And then you'll just draw the knees up into the chest. You can do one at a time or both together. Wrap your arms around the leg. And then if it's comfortable for you, you're going to tuck your chin and lift the head, bringing the forehead towards the knees. Squeeze everything into this tight little ball. If the head doesn't want to lift, you don't have to. This is a nice neck strengthener, but be conscious. And then lower down, and you'll take the feet towards the ceiling and cross your ankles. Hold on behind the thighs, and then you bend and straighten the legs and get some momentum to roll up and back, up and down. So bend and straighten, get some momentum, kicking the feet back, rolling it up. Good, Linda, one more time. Coming all the way up into a cross-legged position. Stretch the arms up tall, and then twist to the right, and then let the arms fall to wherever they fall. Inhale. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. And unwind to center, stretch it up again, nice and tall, twist to the left, and then let the arms fall. You can use a little bit of help, but really finding length from inside. Slowly unwind. And then we'll come onto hands and knees. You can take the feet sideways or tuck them underneath you. And then just leaning into the hands a little bit, leaning forward, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the spine. And drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the chest. And again, tuck the tailbone, around the spine, arching, lifting, and moving in the opposite direction. Again. Finding child's pose. You'll come to neutral, big toes touch, knees can separate a bit, and sit back and just melting down. Rise back up to tabletop. This time you'll take the right leg out to the right. And then cow and calf. Might feel into that inner thigh a little bit. You're welcome to lean back or lean forward. It changes things. Keep the leg where it is, but bring the body back to neutral. Take your right arm to the sky. Open up, make a fist, and do some slow wrist rolls. Stretch the fingers wide, breathe in, And then thread the right hand under the left. It may not go far. And then come back up. We'll do it 3 times. Open up. If you want to make a fist and roll the wrist, you can. Spread the fingers and take it under. A little rotation. One more time. You can also just hold it down if you want. And thread it under. Good, and then press into the left hand, come back to tabletop, slide the right leg in, cow and cat. Movements through the spine. You can also lean back or lean forward or go side to side. And then child's pose, big toes touch, knees apart. And as you slide back and arms go forward, flip the palms to face up. So externally rotating the shoulders and relaxing and releasing in the wrists. And palms down, rise back up, tabletop, and stretch the left leg to the left, and cow and cat. Or you can also just lean back or lean forward. Check in with what your body needs. If you get kind of pulled into a spot that's talking to you, like my left inner thigh is here, instead of keeping all the attention there, maybe bring your attention to some place that is comfortable and at ease in the body. And find that neutral place and open the left arm. Make a fist there and a few little wrist rolls. Stretch the fingers wide and take it under that revolution, revolving through the upper body. Good, just go to where you could go. And then come back up. The sides, for me, very different. Notice. And come back down. So 3 times, your own way. Looking into your shoulder, rotator cuff, like, scapula, rib cage. Opening it up, last one. And take it under. Good, Jenny. And then you'll bring it back to all fours. And move through a couple rounds of cow and cat. Take your time. Or you can circle the pelvis or move side to side, or even turn the fingers backwards if you want to stretch out the wrists. And then child's pose again, big toes touch. See if you can turn the palms to face up. Let the forehead rest. Then come forward onto your belly on your forearms. So sliding the legs back down onto the belly. And then see if you can turn the palms to face up. Good. You're just kind of drawing the thumbs towards the ground, the rib cage forward, shoulders back, eyes can be open or closed. And from here, we're gonna make a pillow out of the left forearm. So the left forearm will come across the mat, and the right arm is coming forward with the thumb up. And then you'll rest your head on your left arm. So the right thumb is up, your arm's in external rotation. So even trying to turn the palm up, maybe. And then I want you to engage the whole body. So you'll press the feet down, firm the thighs, press the pubic bone down, hold the belly in, hug in at the shoulders, and then float the right arm up. Lift it, and then lower it. And then keep everything engaged. Lift, might be micro movement, and lower. Good, 3 more. Lift and lower. Everything's engaged, working together. Lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Good, and then we'll just come up, switch arms. How'd that feel? Okay, make a pillow with the right, left arm forward, externally rotating as much as possible. Engage the whole body. So you kind of hug in, especially in that left shoulder, and then lift and lower. So 5 of them, nice and slow. Lift, you're hugging in muscle to bone, and lower. No tension in the jaw. Lift. Lower, your teeth aren't lifting your arm. 2 more. Lift. And lower, we're strengthening that rotator cuff. Last one. Good, lower. And then we'll switch again to relax the body a bit. Bring the left arm in, right arm out. This time I want you to imagine there is a block next to your right arm, and your arm is going to go up and over the block and up and back. And you're going to just try for maybe 3 or 4. It's going to be up to you. So resting the head, and when you're ready, engage the whole body and then lift. Right arm goes up and then over an imaginary block and then up and back. So that's 1. Try for 3. Good. Seeing where you're creating tension that you don't need. 1 more. Nice, and relax. And then switch to the other arm, right arm in, left arm out. So pinky finger down, thumb up, good. And then when you're ready, engage and lift up and over that imaginary block. It'll be on any height you want. All those little stabilizing muscles in the shoulder girdle. Relax the face, even using your core. Whole body working together. After 3, let it relax. And then we'll slide the hands back. Actually make a pillow out of both arms for a moment. And then bend the knees and just windshield wipe the lower leg side to side. Then release the feet to the floor. Now bring the hands back under the shoulders. We'll press up to tabletop again. So back to hands and knees. And then this time, keeping the arms straight, you're gonna sink between the shoulder blades. And then punch up and lift between the shoulder blades. Sink between the shoulder blades and lift. So it's more of that focused in the upper back, less on the lower back. Couple more, sink. They're called push-up plus. And that little plus, lift up and stretch. 1 more time. Then come to neutral. You'll bring that right leg around to the front and come on up to a low lunge. And then come off the arms for a second. Then lengthen the tailbone. And we're just gonna press forward and back, but I want you to feel like you're pulling yourself in forward and pushing yourself back. So it's just nice and easy. Pulling the hips forward and pressing back. Now pulling yourself in, using some of the muscles. Do you want a squishy mat? Do you have a soft mat?
Just
Okay, double it. Yeah, you can do that. Whatever you need. Just a couple more. Nice job. And then when you come forward, you'll pause and then take the arms and just sweep them up overhead. You can even cactus the arms if you want, or take them wide like you're holding a beach ball so the shoulders are soft but integrated. Nice, steady breath. Bring the hands back down now to frame the right foot. You might have to change the placement of it and then pull the hips back into half splits. You can draw the toes up or you can keep them down. Breathe into the back of the leg. I sometimes like to move that leg right to left from way up at the hip. Good, and then you'll slide that right leg back next to the left. And we'll simply switch sides. Bring the left leg forward. You find the right placement. Come on up. Have your hands on the thigh or on the hips, tailbone down, and press or pull forward. It's like you're kind of pulling with that front foot back and then push to come back. So the feet are moving towards one another just a little. Moving forward, moving back, really feeling into that pelvis, the hip flexors, that front of the right quadricep maybe. It's slow is good, nice and steady. And then pressing forward. Next time you go forward, stay there. It could be a micro lean even. And then arms will float up. And you really want to like zip up that whole front of the body. Maybe take a wider stance than usual with the arms, soften the shoulders. You're holding a big beach ball. Relax your jaw. Notice your breath. From here, you'll bring the hands down and then that half splits. So drawing the hips back, left toes up. You can slide the leg forward if you need more, little different space. Maybe you add that little windshield wiping from way up at the hip. Good, and then slide that left leg back next to the right. And then you can either come into puppy pose or downward dog. So puppy will be on the forearms. And you can walk the knees back or press the chest back, or you can lift up to downward dog. Tuck the toes, take the hips up. Good, and then walking forward or stepping up to the front of the mat. Into a ragdoll forward fold. Just nice, easy forward fold. The hands to the floor if they aren't there already. Bend the knees. You can bring the hands to the hips or roll up, however you want. Come up with a flat back or roll yourself up. And then big breath in. And bring your hands down to your heart. And then looking down at the feet, bring your feet to 12 o'clock and maybe lift and spread the toes. And lay the toes back down. And arms in front, let's shift to the toes and lift the heels. And then lower the heels and lift the toes. And then to the toes, lift the heel. Good, lower the heels, lift the toes. One more time. To the toes, lift the heels. And then to the heels, lift the toes. And then set the toes down, arms down, sweep the arms up, inhale. And bend the knees, exhale, forward fold. Just nice and easy. Halfway lift, breathe in, hands can be on the shins or fingers to floor. Exhale, forward fold, bow. Inhale, rise to the top, extended mountain reach. And then hands to the heart. Good, and then arms in front, lift to the toes. Good. Lower the heels, lower the arms, lift the arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to the top. This time, see if you can lift to the toes. Hands to the heart, heels down. Good, arms down, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to the top, extended mountain pose on the toes. Lower the heels, float the arms down. Take a couple shoulder rolls. Good. And then from here, we're gonna step the right foot forward and step the left foot back, coming into a warrior one. So bending the right knee and really pressing into the back foot, and then take the arms and sweep them up. Find the right placement. Sometimes you have to make small adjustments or big adjustments. And those front ribs draw in. Maybe a beach ball, feeling in the shoulders and arms. 3 more breaths here. Put the arms down and we'll lean forward and step forward. Left foot comes to the right, foot sides, right foot goes back. You can adjust, move in any way you need. Bend the left knee, lengthen the tailbone, connect to the core, float the arms up next to me. Notice trying to get balanced in the body, front to back, right to left, top to bottom, balancing effort and ease, balancing trying and not trying. Float the arms down and we'll step back to the front, right foot to the left. Take a big breath in, circle the arms up. Bring the hands down to the heart. Good, step the left foot back again. Inhale up to warrior one. And then we'll open up to warrior two. And I always adjust. Yeah, a lot of people do. Oh, you did. Let the shoulders back, with the heart space, light, maybe even lift the toes. The feet really grounding and rooting here. And then turn the right palm up, reverse your warrior, take it back. And bring it forward for side angle. You can set the forearm to the thigh, the left arm of your choice. Feel easy today. Balanced effort, balanced action in the body. So let the left arm now pull you up back to warrior two. Good, and then back to warrior one. And then step back to the front of the mat. Good work, inhale, sneaking balance in today. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot back. Come on up to warrior one, and then warrior two. Good, Linda. And check in your hips, your rib cage, with your breath, your shoulders, trying to integrate the shoulders into the sockets. So if the arms start to feel fatigued, especially the shoulders, you have to kind of hug into the muscles that are closer to the spine, closest to the bones. Flip the left palm up, reverse your warrior, go back. And then bring it forward into side angle. Set the forearm to the thigh, or hand can go lower. Right arm of your choice, nice stuff. Acknowledge the areas that you're feeling sensation or heat, and then also try to Bring your attention to some spot on your body that feels at ease. Maybe it's your hands again. Center of your forehead. Good. Come back up to warrior 2. Back around to warrior 1. Challenge yourself to step back forward. Good. Extended mountain reach. Bring your hands to heart center. And then tree pose, right foot to left leg. You can have your big toe on the floor, or you can have your foot to the thigh or calf. Good, Jenny. And then maybe cactus arms like we did at the floor. Imagine the floor behind you versus underneath you, like we did at the very beginning. Returning to mountain pose, 2 feet down, and switch to the other leg. Right foot's now your trunk of your tree, your base. Left foot comes up, your big toe on the floor, have your hands at your heart, or take the arm position that feels best to you. Turning into mountain pose. Come on back to the front of your mat, Linda. Take a big breath in, circle the arms up. Breathe out, holding forward, nice and easy. Shake your head a couple times, yes and no. Go ahead and walk your feet back, coming into a high plank or a tabletop position. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Keep your hands under your shoulders, point your toes, and we'll lift up into a cobra. So lifting the chest, keep the feet down here, float the hands. We'll just work into some heat, some strengthening of the back. Don't worry about how high or low you are, just feeling into the back of the body. More breaths. And then lower down, hands down. You can set the forehead down for a moment. And then press yourself up and back, either to child's pose or to downward facing dog. To come up to tabletop. We're going to make your way onto your seat. Let's sit down on your mat. Spin the legs round to the front. And then keep the right leg where it is. So bring the left foot into the right thigh. And then reach both arms up. And then folding forward over your right leg. John used your sasana. Lengthening both sides of the waist, both sides of the body. And slowly come on up. Then bring your left hand behind you, and you're going to press into the left shin and the right foot and lift up and up in front of the body. Good, and then slowly lower down, and we'll switch legs. Left leg goes long, right foot comes in, reach up, and fold forward over your left leg. See where you can go, what you can hold, and you don't have to hold anything. Notice those places that feel resistant, those edges, and think of them not as like a brick wall, but like something permeable or malleable, not fixed. As you stay, breathe, maybe there's a softening that occurs, a place of like move through what once seemed as like a perceived end, softening in. Carefully bring the right hand back, pressing into the right shin and the left foot. Go ahead and sweep and lift yourself up, up, up. And drop the head, open the throat, open the heart, and the sides of the body, and then lowering back down. Good work. Extend both legs out in front. You can move your sit muscles back. So, and then hinging forward, it's okay to bend the knees if you need. It's okay to wrap the arms under the legs. Sometimes that's a nice way to work. Or place something on the thighs and legs you can rest on, like blocks or bolster. And most people here notice the hamstrings kind of first. That's the first kind of call. Notice your hamstrings, the backs of your legs, maybe to the sit bones. Maybe you notice the back, the sacrum all the way up. And then maybe you notice the back of the neck. You can let the head drop a little bit more. Slowly start to walk yourself up, and you'll come down onto your back. Maybe bend the knees and get yourself down there carefully. Just allow your knees to come into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug or a little gentle squeeze. Take your arms out wide, and you'll place the palms on the earth. And then right here, I want you to try to like curl the tailbone up slightly. So it's like you're curling the knees deeper into the chest. And then from there, take the knees to the left. So you'll go over to the left, halfway towards the floor, possibly keep the shoulder blades on the floor, and then pull the knees back to center. And then we'll do that to the other side. So curl tail up, and then knees go to the right, halfway to the floor, and then pull back to center quickly. So knees to the left, slow, 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 and then pull it back to center. And then knees go to the right, slow, 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 and pull it to center. If you want a little more challenge, you can straighten the legs. Knees go to the left, slow, 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 and pull it back to center. To the right, slow, 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 and then pull it up quickly to center. One more time. To the left, slow, 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 and pull it up to the top. Last one. To the right, slow, 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 and back to center. Good job. Draw the knees into the chest. And happy baby. You can catch hold of the feet from the outside edges or the inside. Feet up towards the ceiling. Tailbone towards the floor. And maybe add a movement or a rocking. Very soothing. Nervous system and that lower back. And soft through the abdomen. Back to the center, staying in your happy baby. Close your eyes. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders towards the earth. Draw the knees into the chest. Place the left foot flat to the floor, cross the right ankle above the left thigh. And you might stay right there. That might be enough. Or pick the left foot up for a brief stop and reclined pigeon. Opening that right hip, maybe add a little movement. And keep the cross of the legs. Set the left foot back to the floor. Slide the right leg over the left. So you're all the way knee to knee. Pick the hips up and scoot them to the right and let the knees fall to the left. And if it's too deep, uncross the legs. You can always uncross. Try to keep the shoulders on the floor. Lovely twist through the body. Not forcing. Take some really deep breaths. So directing the breath down into the abdomen, into the bottom of the ribs, bottom of the lungs, lower back. Come on up to center. So you just push off with that left foot, come back, uncross the legs, scoot the hips to center, and then left ankle over right thigh. And you can stay or pick the right foot up for your reclined pigeon variation. You can roll out the ankles, move the ankles here, or rock a bit. The shape of the pose do magic for the body. Focusing on your exhale, letting go. Keep the shape of the leg. Set the right foot to the mat. And then slide the left leg all the way on top, pick the hips up, scoot them to the left, let the knees fall to the right. And arms can be cactus or extended. If it's too much or too deep or too something, change it. Such a great advice for anything.
Do something.
Yeah, do something different. I'm reading this amazing book right now about teams and up leveling, but it's so applicable to everything in life. And it was last night, it was a whole chapter on choices. Choices that we make every day. Maybe if it's just in our effort, to make a choice in how we effort, or a choice in how we show up with our attitude, or a choice in in what we're consuming, food or with our brains. You made the choice to show up on your yoga mat today. Good job. And press into the right foot, come back up to the top, uncross the legs, scoot the hips to center. And then either constructive rest, like we began, feet apart, knees together, or Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees apart, if your hips feel like they'll allow that. And softening and consciously relaxing the muscles of your body. You just consciously drop the bones, like gravity help, and see if the muscles can let go. There's so many unconscious patterning in our body without knowing. Often we are holding and creating tension. It's not a bad thing. It's not that. It's just being aware. What does it feel like to completely relax? Doesn't feel safe or good or comfortable. That's why we hold, and that's okay. If you'd like to stretch your legs out into Shavasana or take any other position here, you can as we move into rest. Of relaxation is like a reprogramming, recommitting, remembering what it's like to be safe. Know that you are whole and complete. There's nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to take care of. Just get to be. fingers, toes. Carefully bend your knees. Roll to a comfortable side. Your eyes remaining closed, gently press yourself up to a seated posture. Scanning from the crown of your head down. Allowing your attention to rest in a spot that feels comfortable and at ease, and maybe there's more of those right now. Palms of your hands together and bring your thumbs to your heart space. Lift your thumbs to your forehead center. Namaste. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Welcome. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you. As always.
Look good.
Yeah, me too. I won't know until tomorrow.
I know. I was thinking about